get to a little Miami Dolphins football. Joe Schad and our Hijinks sportsgrill.com Miami Dolphins report. Joe, how are you doing, sir?
What's up, Big O? How are you today?
Very good. Can't complain overall. Tough loss for them. I thought it was just a bunch of bad breaks and a lot of mistakes, man. But I commend them for at least hanging in there, considering everything that they're missing, and they keep, losing guys in the process.
There are some things that worry me. And listen, we got Tua Tagovailoa coming back. That's going to help. We probably have Teron Armstead and Austin Jackson coming back at offensive tackle. That's going to help. But there are some sort of early season trends that I don't like in the first 6 games. The one is the number of penalties. Not good. Penalties are way up since Brian Flores departed, unfortunately. This was one of my concerns. Also, turnover is not happening for the defense. Now, the defense played well overall today, forced a lot of 3-and-outs, especially in the first half. But they have only 1 team interception through 6 games. The Dolphins are -7 in turnover margin this season. That's not going to cut it. And also, strangely, the Dolphins have 14 punt return yards this season. Now, that could win a game. You have Tyreek Hill, Javon Holland, and Jalen Waddle. One of those guys should have a return of more than 14 yards through 6 games. Do you agree?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. They haven't. That has not been a big thing. But please don't mention Brian Flores. That's so irrelevant to every conversation you could ever bring up.
The discipline.
Mike
McDaniel wants the discipline.
Yeah. He didn't know offense, Joe. Do you understand that, right? He didn't know offense.
My column wasn't.
No. You can't have him.
Wait, let me finish.
No, but my brother, you can't have him.
Should the Dolphins have kept Brian Flores? The premise of the column was it's fair to bring up whether or not they are lacking his input on the defensive scheme. That is the point.
It doesn't matter because he's not here to be a defensive coordinator. He was there to be a head coach. So
we're going to learn whether or not Josh Boyer is the guy. We're going to learn.
Josh Boyer called a hell of a game today. Josh Boyer called a hell of a game today.
And I sent 5 tweets. I sent 5 tweets with Josh Boyer in them today.
Yeah, so I can't blame Josh Boyer that X really is not X. Please stop telling me that he's playing. He's
not himself. It's really weird. You had Justin Bethel. No offense to Justin, I've never met him. I couldn't tell you what he looks like. I haven't, I was trying to figure out who's 93. Okay, I haven't met Trey Flowers. All right, I'm like, who's 22? Okay, 23. 22, Crossan? No, 27. Yeah. There's guys out there, all right, but this is my point. And yet, they're throwing at Xavier in the end zone. What is that? And yet, they're throwing a deep pass to Justin Jefferson, one-on-one with Xavier.
So the question I have for you is, why are they playing Xavier?
Well, why not there's Justin Bethel out there?
Why not just rest him and let him get back to healthy? Because there's no way he can get healthy if he keeps playing like this.
Now they're screwed.
How's he going to keep? He's got to keep tweaking that stuff.
You have no Byron Jones.
I get it.
Listen, Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel just announced that he believes Nick Needham has either an Achilles or a high ankle. So what are you going to do? You're going to play Kader Kohu at slot when he returns from injury, and then who are you going to play on the outside? Now you're screwed. Now, Igbinoghene had the pass interference. He did have 2 nice pass breakups, which was nice. Jonathan Vilma is a great dude from what I know, but he had a hard time saying Igbinoghene's name. That's a hard one.
Oh, yeah. No, they butchered the name in the entire podcast. They never got it right. Neither one of the guys got it right. Neither one. They were.
You got to practice. I mean, you got to practice Igbinoghene. The thing about the African names, and I'm being dead serious about this, they sound like they're spelled. As long as you just sound it out, there's no surprises there. There's
Well,
no what do they
I
call
just
it?
say we ban all tennis, hockey, and African players, and either they get the names Garcia, Smith, Johnson, Rodriguez. Come on, bro, give us some
Well, some
simple
of
shit.
the
No
listen.
Alzugaray stuff. What the
Mhm.
hell are you doing? That's
Uh,
confusing. You don't want names like Alzugaray. That's silliness. You don't want to do that
listen,
stuff. Let's
it
keep it
doesn't.
simple.
Well, it doesn't matter what nationality you are. There are names that are difficult to pronounce
All of
in
them.
all
Hockey
nationalities. No,
players.
but you got but
Tennis
these guys.
players, get rid of them
I know.
all. I
Listen,
don't
their
want their damn
job.
names.
Listen, they're the broadcast team. It's not like this is a guy who there's no chance to play. All right. I mean, even without injury, Benogany was probably going to play. So I'm just saying,
He's
you
gonna play
gotta.
now.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
gonna play now.
I
They're
know.
gonna. They have
And
no choice
and
now.
Dilma
Hey, listen.
killed them.
It's fine. Listen, it's time to crap or get off the pot anyway. So you got to find out. And here we go. He made a couple of plays today, and last week he didn't play that bad. It's just the trip.
Yeah, it
Everybody
looked bad.
kills him for the trip,
I
which
know.
is
It looked
not
bad.
really a bad play. That was a mistake by the poor kid, bro. Come on.
So this Skylar Thompson Teddy Bridgewater thing is interesting. McDaniel chose to play Skylar even though he could have played Teddy. Now, I know that the Dolphins are saying that is because they wanted Skylar to get more practice snaps, and that's a part of it,
For
but it's not
sure.
the whole story. The whole story is the guy chose to play Skylar over Teddy, and if Skylar hadn't gotten hurt, he was going to stick with Skylar. So,
Right.
super agent Drew Rosenhaus on Channel 7 WSVN made the point in the postgame show that he could see Skylar overtaking Bridgewater this season. I thought that was very interesting.
Well, I
Well,
thought it was very
yeah.
interesting when I actually tweeted out before his ass, and you saw it during the game, that this is the day that Skylar Thompson
Oh, okay.
passed Teddy Bridgewater
Oh,
on
wow.
the depth chart. So,
Okay.
like always, most of you are all behind me. So it's all right, bro.
Well, I have
It's
to
all
be honest. I missed your
right. I'm
tweet.
used
I would
to
have
it.
credited you for the tweet had I seen it.
It's all right. Barry Jackson does the same bullshit. I break
Mm.
Channing Tindall gets drafted by the Dolphins, and he puts that me and Albert Breer. And when my tweet is 4 minutes ahead of Albert Breer,
4
and
minutes.
as you know, Joe Schad, 4 minutes ahead of anybody in the NFL
That's
draft
a lot.
live
That's a lot. Yeah.
is like getting it 3 weeks ahead of everybody. Okay, 4 minutes, and he goes, Big O and Albert Breer. No, Big O. Not, and I love
No,
Albert
it's
Breer,
pretty.
but of course, with Barry Jackson, kiss my ass. You're
No, it's
wrong.
pretty
But
clear that you
that's
have a well-placed Dolphin source, perhaps on the scouting staff, perhaps in the front office. Hard to know who. One day it may be revealed, but that was good. Somebody leaked that to you. That was good. Good job by you. So Skyler, I can't see you because I
you're
can't
more
see
impressed with
anything.
that, or you're more
I
impressed.
can't.
You're more
I
impressed
can't
with
see
that, or you're
anything.
more impressed that I said that the head coach was going to get fired during a winning streak. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's more
No,
impressive when I say Flores is going to get fired during a winning
you
streak.
have a well-placed team official. I'm surprised they haven't launched one of those
How,
investigations. So one of
how
those
sure? How sure
Daniel
are you?
Snyder, one of those Daniel
How sure are
Snyder
you that it's just
investigations.
official? Why do
Oh,
you
it's
just
got
say
well, it has to be
official?
someone in the Dolphins draft room,
I
in the
mean,
war room.
official or
Oh,
officials? I'm not
oh,
exactly
okay.
sure.
All
Are you
right.
sure it's one?
Is today's segment sponsored by Hijinks? Even though it's on a Sunday, are we allowed to mention Hijinks? Is that okay?
Every
Oh, okay.
segment by the great Joe
Oh, there it is.
Shad
Okay.
is sponsored by Hijinks. You're the one that's involved in Hijinks.
I've been
Mixing
tweeting.
in Brian Flores. We don't miss Brian Flores in anything. Okay,
So,
no,
Dolphin fans, I retweeted. Somebody said that I'm the worst sports journalist in America. That might be a little. Eat a huge fat one, Joe Shad. That's not very nice. I don't know.
that is,
Do you,
but
do you think
that's good. That's
do
good.
you think that people are
You don't want
take their
everybody to love you,
anger?
Joe.
But do you think that they take their anger out on Twitter, or do you think that there are, just to be honest, many Americans who are very angry, like they just hate their lives and they're just
Yes,
angry? Okay?
yes. No, but think about this. Now, Joe. Now you got to think about this, okay? Because the one thing that happens to a lot of people in the biz, right? And when they come down here, if you didn't grow up here, then you're not really a Dolphins fan. Okay, so then you don't live the life of the last 20 years post Marino with all these bad coaches and front office and all that. And then this year, you actually have a pretty damn good team if it's freaking healthy. And then every week you're watching your quarterback get knocked out. You realize every week their quarterback gets knocked out. They're starting. I don't care who it is. They're getting knocked out every single week. And then you're watching X and you're watching Waddle and you're watching Teron Armstead and you're watching, and you just kind of like you're sitting back going like, dude, what would they do? Did they cross a black cat? Did they walk under a ladder? Did they piss off the football gods? What did they do? And I think it's kind of frustrating. And then there was so much doubt with Tua, including yourself. And then all of a sudden the kid goes out, balls out, and now you lose him for a couple of weeks. And then this happens. So it's one of those things that, like, when he starts playing well, they feel like they can't have good things. So then you're getting a tsunami, a volcano of anger of 25 years.
And a lot of people have come up to me, like in the breakfast line. I remember one guy in particular, I was getting breakfast, and he goes, "Hey, you're Joe Schad." "Yeah, I just want to apologize for what I said to you. I have no idea what you're talking about. What are you talking about?" On Twitter, I was very mean to you on Twitter. I said, "It's okay. You're forgiven." He goes, "I never would have said that to you in person." I go, "I know. You're apologizing to me." So listen, I have a question. Do you think that part of the reason they were so cautious on Tua was because they were going to have Greg Little and Brandon Shell out there? Do you think that could be a part of it?
This game is all about optics.
Okay.
This was all about optics because he passed all the tests the week before. And so really, it's just a bunch of bullshit. They're just going through the optics because the news is now.
It made it a little easier though, right? Because my goodness, Liam Eichenberg, Greg Little, and Brandon Shell did not have a good day. And
can I ask you something? Does Liam Eichenberg have pictures? Does he have naked pictures of people?
Well, they got to give him a chance.
Why is Robert Jones
they traded
Michael
up for
Dieter?
him.
I know.
Well, Dieter probably doesn't fit the offensive scheme very well. He's more of a power guy than a zone guy.
But try it. Try it.
No.
Try it. Try Robert Jones. Try
Robert
somebody,
Jones.
Bro. He's clearly the one guy that is because let me tell you, man, Connor's done a marvelous job. Hunt is terrific. And obviously,
I think Liam is the worst rated guard in the NFL. It makes me sad because he's a nice kid, but it's not going well.
I think he's a tackle. He's not a guard. I don't see him as a guard. I see him more as a right tackle than anything else.
It's very strange. He had 30 games with 0 sacks.
My scouts have told me, by the way.
He had 30 games with 0 sacks.
It's
0 sacks at Notre Dame, and that's not the case in the NFL. It's different.
Yeah.
No, but listen. Listen. I am hoping to return to the Dolphins locker room on Wednesday. I'm going to ask guys about Brian Flores. Get ready for it. All right. Listen,
why?
It's a big storyline. Flores is coming back.
You talk about the linebacker. Oh, that's right, because they're facing him. Okay, yeah, whatever. Yeah, but please don't say that they miss him. They don't miss him a damn bit, bro. The team has got way more chemistry. All you did was complain about that robot.
People misunderstood. It wasn't do they miss him and should they have kept him? It was, is there a chance that his pregame and in-game adjustments were good? You see what I'm saying? The planning and the scheme. Because there are Dolphins players and coaches who have said Flores took a larger involvement in the second half of last season. You know that.
And reports also were that he wasn't even talking to his coaching staff in the second half of the season. So I don't know how you kind of do that, but whatever. And so then you're calling the current defensive coordinator a liar.
Nobody has said that Flores took
No. You said that
more involved.
Josh Boyer made it be known that he made the calls on that defense. not
Play caller.
Flores. So
Yeah,
you're
but
saying
when your boss,
both
if my boss,
had
hold on a second, if my boss, what happened today? He says to me and a few of my
well,
peers,
we lost
I
you there.
want a,
There we go. If your boss what? If your
if
boss
my
what? You
boss,
you faded there.
if my boss says to me and our Hal Habib, hey, I want a Waddle story. All right, we're the ones writing the story, but you can sure as hell bet there's going to be a Waddle story. You get what I'm saying?
I get you.
Okay.
I get you. I get you. But you're saying that he had a control of the defense, but Josh Boyer said clearly he stated he made the calls in that defense in that second half, not Brian Flores. So you're saying Josh Boyer is not being truthful.
No, I'm not saying Josh Boyer wasn't truthful. He was the defensive play caller. I'm telling you that there are coaches and players who have said that Flores increased his involvement. That's it. So that is going to be a storyline this week. Did the
Okay.
Steelers win? I don't even know. Did the Steelers win? Are they playing today? I don't even know. Did the Jets
yeah,
win? I haven't know.
yeah, the Steelers lost, I
Wow,
believe.
the
Right?
Jets
No,
won.
the Steelers beat the Buccaneers 20-18.
Oh
Wow.
wow. Okay, they hung in there. Okay.
Wow.
Because I know
So the
Tampa was making
Steelers,
yeah.
But
the Steelers beat
beat
Tom
the game.
Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Steelers beat Tom Brady, who didn't even bother to show up for the walkthrough because he was hungover from Robert Kraft's parties. And the Jets, with Zach Wilson, walked into Lambeau Field. Man, AFC East is tough.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are overrated, and so are the Green Bay Packers. Now that they've lost, Devontae Adams, Robert Tonyan was their leading receiver. He had 10 receptions for 90 yards. After that, it was Lazard for 76. So
By the
they
way, the
might be missing
49ers
it.
lost today.
And
49ers
by the
lost
way,
today, so that's the one positive thing from today. The Dolphins
and-
improved their draft pick status. Maybe they can draft a left guard with the 18th pick.
yeah. And by the way, the MILF Hunter was 10 of 18 for 110 yards, no touchdowns, no
Ground and pound.
interceptions. He scores a lot more off the field than he does on the field,
Ground
apparently.
and
So
pound.
they must have won on defense and other things, because offensively, I'm looking at it, they produced 2 touchdowns on the ground. That's it for the 27 points.
So I'm going to talk to you next Tuesday and Friday, and we'll see if I'm up for it. Maybe I'll come on camera Friday. We'll see.
All right, you got it. We'll see you on Wednesday. We'll be there. We got a big question we got to ask Tua. So we'll be there.
I know what it's going to be. It's going to be a long question, and it's going to involve all sorts of details and specifics about not getting rid of the football. I know.
Exactly.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah. I'm not going the sensationalistic approach like most of you are going.
Oh, Big O is no way sensationalist.
No, I'm realistic, not sensationalistic. I'm realistic. Get rid of the ball, kid, and you will avoid a crap ton of grief. That's all I got to tell you. That's it, dude. Get rid of the football, please. So we'll ask him.
All right, man. Talk to you soon.
What are you working on the post so folks can check you out tomorrow, my brother?
Go to the Palm Beach Post's website. I posted some reaction to the Dolphins' loss, where I get into the defense, the offensive line, the defensive backs, the quarterback play. Check it out. My takeaways on the Palm Beach Post website, and follow me on Schad Joe on Facebook and Twitter.
That's right. And I look forward to your apology to Josh Boyer on Twitter from calling him a liar on the show.
I said like 5 nice things about the guy. All right. See you, bud.
You got it later. That is Joe Schad. Follow him on Twitter as Schad Joe. Yes, I love the boss balls. That's just the way we do things here on the show.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.